All right. Hello and welcome to the eighth edition of the 93rd Minutes Golden Goal Hangout. I'm Justin Kale, coming to you from North Smithfield, Rhode Island. We're here with our three esteemed guests that have been panelists before, professionals all in their own right. We'll start with the man all the way to the left on my screen, could be right on yours. Kevin, give us your intro.
Quick little intro. Coming out of Baltimore tonight. Been here for about an hour prepping with our hosts, and it's going to be a good show.
All right, thanks, man. My basketball legend, Steve.
What's up, everyone? Steve Antonucci coming out of Fairfield, Connecticut. I just rushed from about a half hour away to get here on a train. Yes, I drove the train. Don't worry about it.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you as always. Sean B, looking awake as ever. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm Sean Bobrovsky, coming to you from Hoboken, New Jersey, rocking the only piece of Philadelphia Union gear I got for tomorrow's game, and drinking a Dogfish pumpkin because it may be not still officially fall yet, but it's a fall state of mind by the time it hits September. Pumpkin beer season.
Hold on to summer. How dare you?
I was going to say, you got to bring out those summer ales for $10 for a 12-pack on sale. 2 months bad. Perfect. Awesome. Well, obviously a lot of action this past week. Premier League, we got Champions League coming up. We had some Serie A, some Bundesliga, all these good things. We'll get through all those topics during the next 43 and a half minutes or so. So to start it off, we'll go to the Premier League. You know, a lot of exciting games this weekend. Which one was the most exciting? Why? Let's go, Steve. You look ready.
My favorite game was the Everton game this weekend. Tim Howard decided to become the Tim Howard that we'd love to see during the World Cup. And his first shutout of the Premier League season. Romelu Lukaku had his first goal of the Premier League season. All around, they just dominated. 1-2-0. It's a great match.
All right. Sean, I know you won't say Liverpool, so what will it be?
No way it could be Liverpool. I'm going to say Manchester United game. It wasn't exactly as exciting because it wasn't very much of a contest. Just to see some of their new pieces clicking, kind of seeing what they're capable of after seeing how bad they were in the first 3 games. It's scary, but it's also exciting. I mean, like, I'm not a Manchester United fan, and I don't want them to win, but you can't help but appreciate all that talent being in one place and on display.
No doubt they were impressive, albeit against a third division team, but we won't go there yet. Kevin, what do you think?
I was going to say the Man U game as well, but I'll just try to be different. I'll go with the Chelsea game. I mean, Diego Costa just scored like nobody's business, and I think he's proving to be worth all the money they spent on him. He's better than Torres. I think that just needs to be said. He's way better than Torres.
I mean, I think a parking car might be better than Fernando Torres at this point. Not sure. But you know, Kev, I'm going to give you a point there because I knew you wanted Man United. I probably should have come to you a little bit earlier to give you that opportunity. But you were quick on your feet, and I almost agree with you. Chelsea was an incredible game. They finally have some attacking force. Normally they're just fucking sitting in. And you know,
Can we swear on this because that opens up a whole new can of worms?
I know. I just did it for the first time. God. Yeah. So you're getting the point there. Anyway, back to business. You're definitely getting the point there, and continue with your Diego Costa point. He's on a tear. 7 goals in 4 games. A little bit insane, honestly. That goal to game ratio. Will he be the Golden Boot winner, or will someone else in the league win the award? Just give me your thoughts, Shawnee.
I mean, he said it himself. He came out to the public and said this goal scoring tear can't last, and I have to agree. I think he's on a hot streak, but I mean, I think he's going to cool off at least for certain periods of time, especially when Champions League football heats up and he spends some of his goals that he's got in his arsenal trying to get Chelsea far in Champions League. So I think he's got a good shot at it, but I would say that this is more of an anomaly. I'd like to see how it plays out because I think there's a lot of people who go through quick goal-scoring things and they have huge droughts. So there's a long season to go. I wouldn't write him in just yet.
All right.
Morris didn't play the first 6 games and he won.
All right. Nez, what do you have for us?
I don't think you can keep it going, but I'm going to keep saying that because every fantasy team I play has Diego Costa on their team, and they just keep wrecking me. Um, but they played. I'm just looking at their schedule. They played Burnley, Leicester City. They played Everton, and then they played this weekend. They played Swansea. So I don't know. He's not playing. He's not actually scoring against the top tier yet. I mean, the Everton game was ridiculous. It was like 6-3, I think. I don't know. I want to see him do it against the top 4 teams and see if better defense can stop him. And he's really good at poaching goals, but I don't know. We'll see.
Okay. And Steve.
I'm going to also agree with everyone saying that he's going to slow down very quick, but I'm going to give you a name. His name is Stevan Jovetic. This guy's going to come back firing on all cylinders. He had a bad year last year. He's got to prove his worth at the Etihad because otherwise they're just going to sell him off. They tend to buy high and sell low, unfortunately, there. But if this guy keeps the rate that he's at, scoring 2 goals a game, he's going to surprise everyone else.
All right. So, City, you're saying he can't last. Diego Costa can't last. For some reason, I feel like although he's a brute and all those things and people have bad things to say about him, he just can't stop scoring goals right now. And that, as streaky as he is, if he finds the the downtrodden way, he's gonna pick it back up. I think he's gonna find a way and he's gonna win it. I think he's gonna do it. He's not gonna break any records or anything.
One more thing. He's also known to have a hot temper, so
Yes.
we can see a new Suarez come into the picture here.
Well, exactly, but I could see him get suspended a little bit as well.
Absolutely.
Not for
But-
biting people, but maybe for pulling out a shank and stabbing someone in the middle of the game. So we'll see. We'll see. But I think he's good enough to score goals. The team's good enough to supply him with chances to score goals. I think that he could win it. So I don't know who to give this to, but I'm gonna go with Sean Bovo just because I feel bad for Liverpool and I hated watching that game.
That's a
That's
pity point.
So he's
That's
gonna
a
shoot with the point. Listen, take him when you can get him. One for Kevin, one for Bovo, and we go on. Number 3 here, Rio Ferdinand. Prior Manchester United legend, played under Alex Ferguson for a long time. He's came out and said that he was embarrassed to play for David Moyes. All these negative things about his experience under him. Is it ever right for a player to come out and speak against a former coach in this way, especially when he's still playing and when that coach is looking for work? Steve, what do you think? I think you have something good to say about this.
Absolutely not. Especially after your team just got whipped 4-0 by your former team, you got nothing to say. He's just mad because he didn't have playing time. He's oft injured, and quite frankly, he's not that good. He's a good leader in the locker room, but come on, talking about chips. The guys got a problem about chips the night before a match. They probably shouldn't be playing pro soccer because they shouldn't be eating that stuff. The professionals, go have some Qdoba or something.
No, the English love their chips and tea. And fancy parties. They love their tea and fancy parties.
All right, Sean, continue with that.
I mean, I don't agree with it, but he was saying what we all kind of thought, and it's good to hear. So it's not the best thing to come out and say it, especially when you lose 4-0, and he says the main reason he wanted to leave was because he did get benched in the Champions League. But he said that basically when they're prepping and training, he said that David Moyes was always telling them how great the other team was and preparing them to not lose rather than to win. And you saw that when he was at Everton, that's all he had to do was make sure that they didn't lose so they could keep their place between 5th and 7th. That's why no one thought he'd be a good fit for Manchester United, and it just reaffirms why he's doing the same things in the locker room that we all kind of suspected him doing. And, I mean, to go back at the chips point, it's a small little thing, but, I mean, it was like having red Gatorade every time at lunch. It's like you couldn't pick a better flavor of Gatorade. You could get blue or purple. The little things in life that could turn you on top of the big things that could just straw that breaks the camel's back. So bring back the chips. Don't let David Moyes get another job.
All right. Kev, how do you feel?
I mean, I agree. It was unprofessional. You probably shouldn't do it, especially because he's not like some young player, and he was playing a Man U for 12 seasons. Like, come on, get over yourself. It it was probably different playing under Moyes than Alex Ferguson, that's for sure. But I mean, I feel bad for David Moyes. I mean, he just tried to make that team work with a bunch of players that didn't want to be there. You know, don't make the guy's job. Now his job worse, but now he's unemployed. So
Yeah.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
it's not bad when you get paid out $10 million just to not coach anymore.
Yeah,
But,
it's unprofessional.
But Sean, I'm going to disagree with you. I don't think it's ever right for a player to say this stuff. It's not good. Coming from a coach's perspective, I never want anyone to say that about me or anyone that I've coached with.
Let them have chips.
And what?
Let them have chips.
And Steve, I agree with you. I think
Answer the
he
question,
has no right
Coach.
to speak. What's that?
Answer the question. Did you take the Lay's potato chips out of the team lounge? You're on
There
the
were some
spot
chips.
right
They'd
now.
be talking about something important, not Lay's. Come on.
Okay, yeah, the Doritos. Where are the Doritos?
Doritos 3D.
Oh, bring back.
They still make those?
I don't know, but I want them.
You just started making Surge.
Yeah, Surge. 3 Doritos are next.
Oh man, so I guess Rio Ferdinand was around for both those things, 3 Doritos and Surge, and he probably had a lot of those pregame or during halftime. But I think he's too slow, too old, not good enough to speak about any of this stuff. Yes, he has a lot of experience in a big-time situation, but you don't say those things. So Steve, you're getting the point. It's 1-1-1 across the board. Moving on to our speed round. Give me one pertinent fact or information that I want to know and that I really want to understand. Let's start with Sean. He looks like he's trying to read the internet, so let's go.
Oh, pertinent fact about what? What are you talking about?
Anything you want. Anything you think I need to know.
Okay, that's a broad range topic. Go back to me.
Pass. All right. Steve, you got one.
Kostas Manolas, he's the next big defender you got to find out about. He's 23 years old. He's from Greece. Liverpool wanted him, and Roma signed him. He's going to be the next big guy. It's going to be sold to a huge team from Roma because I know that's what they want to do. Buy low, sell high.
So is Roma a total selling club these days?
No, they're playing Billy Bean baseball.
Thought of
They're
what?
keeping 2 main guys.
But soccer.
Yeah, basically.
All right.
Coach.
Oh, is your hand up? Okay. Go ahead, Sean.
All right. I posted about this earlier today, but a ruler named by the name of DuPont is challenging the financial fair play, and basically the argument is that with financial fair play, it kind of entrenches the top clubs within the upper echelons and not of soccer, and they can't be challenged. So they've made their money already, so the money coming in and out, they can afford to buy Falcao's, Cristiano Ronaldo's. But a club such as QPR or Leeds, any club that's trying to make up the difference and become that big club and gets a wealthy investor, they can't use their own owner's money in order to invest back in the club because it's not a financial income from sponsorships or anything. So it's actually preventing smaller clubs from becoming the next PSG or Chelsea or Man City that kind of climbs from just the middle of the pack to the top of the pack. So it's an interesting thing to see that financial fair play, although it's hard at the right place, is not actually being enacted in such a way that actually achieves the goals that it was set out to succeed in.
So it's
The
really
argument is
keeping
flawed.
the
We should
rich
talk
rich.
about it later.
What?
His argument is flawed. We should talk about it after this lightning round.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Kevin, lightning round, go.
It's
20
the
seconds.
longest lightning round ever.
No.
My fact isn't as useful, but Oguchi Onyewu is a free agent, so anybody who needs a crappy 32-year-old defender, they can just sign him whenever they want. Just throw that out there.
He likes to fight your best. You got a bone to pick with his laptop. Put him on TV.
All right, Sean, let's go. What about this? The rich are just staying rich and the poor are staying poor. It sounds like the American society these days, but go ahead.
Yeah, so basically with financial fair play, it's money coming in that you can spend. So an owner can't really just put it their own money and accumulate debt on their status. It's meant to prevent from becoming shoulder down with debt like Portsmouth and then failing and going into the red. So what actually is happening is since need money coming in. If an owner buys a new club and tries to take them up the ladder like they did with Manchester City, they can't do that because they need to use their own money to invest in those players and kind of put their club in the red, put them in the black. So they can't do that anymore because they need the sponsorship coming in. And obviously, the sponsorship's not going to come in. The club's too small. They'd rather invest in a PSG and, ironically, a Man City. So if Man City was trying to do what they did now, or did earlier, like a couple years ago, today, it wouldn't have come to pass. So that's what they're trying to say. It's not really fair. It's just kind of keeping the rich clubs richer and the poor clubs poor.
So does that mean now that there will not be another championship League One team to make it to Premier League and make it to the big time? The big time are the big time, and no one else is going to be able to get there?
Well, I think
essentially.
I mean, look at the lower half of the Prem, though. They're not making nearly as much as the top, like, 5 or 6 teams. So, I mean, you can definitely say a team could get in from League One or the Championship and do well enough to get mid-table. Are they going to take top 4? Probably not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean that's the thing. It's like they can not invest more money to get there, so they can get there by their own accord. But they basically have a ceiling they can reach because they can't get like a very rich Saudi prince and just come in and buy a lot of good players and put them up there because that's not money coming into the club. That's the money the club spending money. So that's the way it works. So that's the financial influx of sponsorships because the club is small. You can't invest that in players because it's going to be the owner's money. So you're basically not letting the owner spend his own money on players to get the club better.
It's not just the owner's money. In Manchester City's case and PSG's case, they have these guys setting up they had partnerships within their own corporations and spending the money and reaping the returns back into their own companies. That's illegal. You cannot do that. That's where his arguments flaws because these guys that are the big dogs, so to speak, are using their own corporate power to influence the markets for these free agents, so to speak. What a small club can do is just properly invest in their youth, grow it, sell them, use that money to properly buy, which is what Udinese has done in the Serie A, which is what an Ajax does over in the Netherlands. So all those rules, they will be fine. It's just a matter, but to your point, Sean, you have to find the right owner, not some guy's going to come in waving guns and say, I'm going to buy this guy for $900 million because I can, and then I'm going to do it on my own pocket. You have to do it properly and reinvest your funds into the company, not the company, but the brand that is your team.
You said that, right, to properly invest in the academies is a good idea, but you also have the problem of you become almost a selling club to a certain extent. You can't really get above that level because your players keep going to these big clubs. So Man City was never this level of club. They were a selling club. Even if they invest in their academies, they never got there. But they used their financial strength to get into the top tier, and now they're a buying club. So clubs like Borussia Dortmund are still kind of held back by their lack of financial strength. And with the financial fair play and what the guys are arguing is there should be restrictions, but it should be like a luxury tax, like what we do with NBA, like the Yankees and stuff, where they get charged a lot of money. So at the end of the day, it's better for like a luxury tax because even these teams that have a lot of money, like the Chelsea's, Man City, they're still finding ways around financial fair play. Chelsea loaned out 26 players in the summer transfer window, and that's just to get them money coming in without paying those players. So there's ways that these big clubs are even getting around it. So it's not really doing its job. Is what he's saying. There's a better way to do it.
I understand. That's one way to put it.
Yeah, I mean, I know that Ajax, traditionally a club that develops youth and has an excellent youth program and sells their players for a big-time profit. There's been a lot of pressure put on the upper echelon of that club to start buying big-time players just because the time taken to develop those players is a little bit too much, if you will, and they want results right now. So it's an interesting thing, the financial fair play. I think it was a great topic to bring up. Sean, is that a hand raise? You got an itch on your head? What's going on?
He lost his beer.
I'd keep an eye out for the topic because I think it's a recent development. It'd be interesting to see because, I mean, financial, basically financial fair play, heart is in the right place. They're doing it wrong. So I mean, if there's a better way to do it that makes it even without giving the bigger clubs another way that they can stay on top, it'd be better. So it's just a cool thing to keep your eye out for.
Okay. So you're getting the point, obviously. Excellent. Good point. And although Kevin, I love the Goose comment. The fact that he's a free agent is incredible. But
I like how Sean brings up topics that we weren't going to talk about and gets points for them. That seems totally out there.
It was the lightning round.
it was a lightning round, but it turned into the fucking.
Sean also passed on the lightning round. I want to point that one out. Just
Yeah,
keeping the score here.
I should get -5 for that, but
That's
I'm
what I'm
going to give
saying.
him +6. So anyway, back to financial fair play and sort of performance. What's the most surprising part of the Premier League so far? If you look at the top 4 right now, Chelsea, Aston Villa, Southampton, Swansea. Can someone tell me what's going on with that? Someone make the most sense of that as possible. Steve's got a smirk. Let's go.
Aston Villa, the defense came to play. You have more Mr. Villar, and you have a Brad Guzan in goal, who finally has 2 or 3 guys who can help him out back there. It'll show Brad Guzan probably to become the next goalkeeper because I have a feeling Tim Howard's going to retire internationally very, very soon.
All right. Sean A.B.
Yeah, I think the surprising. Southampton, they were up top last year. They dropped. Obviously, they're going to drop again. Swansea, they looked talented until when they played. It was Chelsea over the weekend, and I mean they didn't look like anything special. And Aston Villa, they always have Liverpool's number, so I mean it's not really much. It's just the beginning of the season, so I don't think that's going to change. But I think the most surprising part is just how well Chelsea looks, how well they're playing, and they, like Kevin mentioned earlier, they usually. Jose Mourinho is the world's most premier bus driver. He just plays defense. But this team has some attacking verve and skill that I haven't seen from them, and it's probably a big help from Diego Costa and Cesc Fabregas and Eden Hazard. So they just look like a totally different team, and it's a Chelsea that I'm afraid of because at least if defending Chelsea, if you found a way to break them down, you could maybe have a chance. But now they look like you can't break them down in defense, and they're going to break you down on offense. So they look very scary. And I used to think Man City was the scariest team in the league, but I'm starting to think Chelsea is more and more.
All right. Kevo.
I agree with Steve, actually. I like Aston Villa. I really like their defense setup, and with Guzan. I really like their whole lineup. I mean, they have a lot of big-name players that they managed to slowly pick up over the last couple of years. And I think if they can keep form until the winter transfer season, and they can pick up another creative midfielder or something, they're going to be a pretty good team. They don't have depth that the bigger teams do, but I think if they stay healthy, they're a pretty solid, top 10 team this year.
Yeah, the good thing about Villa is they don't have any other tournaments like Champions League or Europa League to worry about.
Just like Man U.
Yeah, just like Man U. But Villa kind of reminds me of Chelsea a little bit back in the past when they would park it and really defend. Villa's performance, extremely defensive. It was awesome. It was awesome to watch from a defensive perspective. Sucked if you were rooting for the other squad there, Sean. But I agree. Chelsea's very dangerous, but if you had to pick one of those other 3, Chelsea's going to be in the top 4. They probably win the league. But of those 3, any have a chance finishing top 5, Europa League or above. What do you think? 5 seconds. Steve.
Aston Villa, 100%. You have Sissoko also helping out with VAR in the back as long as they stay healthy. And we're lucky that they didn't lose VAR to Serie A. He was being looked at by Napoli as well as Lazio. So if they don't need a transfer, I don't think they'd be set to go.
All right. Nez.
I agree. Villa, I don't think Swansea has it. They're not going to stay up at the top this year. And what was the other team we were talking about?
Southampton.
Southampton. Yeah, I don't think Southampton's top 5, but they'll be top half of the table, I'm sure.
Shawnee B.
Chelsea, City, Liverpool, Man United, Arsenal, Everton, Tottenham. I don't think there's any room for any of those if they 7 in front of it.
You think Tottenham's going to find their way, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're that good, but I think they're going to find enough of a way to beat out Southampton, Aston Villa, and Swansea.
Okay. All right. Steve's going to get it. Steve's gonna get it. I like his Villa comments. I'm being very partial to defensive comments today. Steve made some, so
Yes.
go Steve. All right.
Goalies.
Steve's on 2. Sean's on 2. Nez is on 1. He won the first one. He's over for the last 4. This could be his turn. When we go and talk about Manchester United, the greatest team in all the land. Where does Falcao fit for Man United? You guys watched the game this weekend. You guys saw what happened. Falcao's in, which he's going to be. You don't spend that money on someone if he's not going to play. Who is out? And does Man U have a shot to win the league like Van Gaal thinks they do? Sean, you got that itch like you want to speak?
Yeah, no, I think Falcao is unnecessary. Surplus to the requirements. I think he's a natural pusher. I think that's all he does. I don't think he's the creative striker that people kind of think he is. I really think the better player on Monaco and Colombia was James Rodriguez. I think that Van Persie has more to his game. I think Wayne Rooney is more essential to the cohesiveness of that team. Angel Di Maria and Herrera, I don't see where he fits. I feel like he's just a glorified poacher. I think he's a little overhyped. He's also coming off a major surgery. I don't think he has that great of a season. I think he goes back after his. I mean, he's not going to go back to Monaco. I don't think they want him. But I think he gets sold after the season. I think he's basically just a glorified backup to Van Persie. He always gets in and go out. I don't think he's going to do much. And that may be a little ridiculous, but I personally believe he's not that good.
All right. Ness.
I think Falcao, if he plays, and Van Gaal switches up, he really wants to play 3 at the back, so he's going to like a 3-4-3 to get Falcao involved. That would put Rooney, Falcao, and Van Persie up top. I think Mata loses out the most. I don't know what Mata's role is because watching that whole game yesterday, Mata likes to kind of just patrol that middle of the field, and they've got Daley Blind for that. And Rooney comes back so much in the game that it felt crowded. Almost like you didn't need Mata out there. You could do better with 2 defensive mids who can help out your 3 at the back. But I don't know that you can play Falcao, Van Persie, and Rooney at the same time for an entire game. So, and I hope Van Persie gets hurt. Just throwing that out there. So I don't know. I think Mata probably takes the heat. Just saying.
All right. The truth comes out at the end there. Steve, what do you think?
I'm going to agree with Mr. Venezia because Falcao and also Sean's point because Falcao he's a poacher. He's a guy who'll just put the ball in the back of the net. You put him in a position where he has someone to get the ball to him. He will find the back of the net somehow. However, he's not that creative. Rooney and Van Persie, and you have Di Maria and you have Mata. Those 4 guys, and plus Daley Blind, those 5 guys can create off the dribble, no problem. Rooney can play a faux 9 and have Van Persie play up top, or vice versa, and then have Mata patrol behind him, or Daley Blind, and then you can put Mata on the right wing, and you can have Di Maria patrolling the left wing, or switch, whatever you guys want. I think that I could see Falcao going back and PSG buying him because he won't say anything after basically blowing it this season, and he'll play behind Ibrahimovic after one Mr. Edison Cavani goes back to the Serie A because he doesn't want to play in the Ligue 1 anymore. So we'll see.
All right, so it's safe to say that Van Gaal's got some very tough decisions coming up over the next weeks, but I think it's partially, I mean, they don't really have, what other tournaments do they have to worry about? Just the FA Cup, yeah? Is that true? Because they're out of the other one, they're out of that. So it's not like they need excessive squad depth or anything like that. So I'm going to be on Kevin Venezia's page right here. I really think Juan Mata is going to miss out again, just like at Chelsea.
Yep.
I think he's going to find his way on the wrong side looking in. It's funny for such a good player, but he's going to be on the wrong side. So Kevin gets the point. 2's all around. 2's all around through 6. We got a few more to go. Hope you guys are up for it. We haven't even spoken about this, which is crazy, but the Champions League. is this week. I don't know how it goes under the radar, but it might be because Premier League was gone, finally came back. We were waiting for Sean's voice to designate the Champions League being back in the mix, and here we are. Some great matchups as well. We'll talk about just two of them, though, just for sake of time and voice and all of those things. But there it is. But we have Dortmund, Arsenal. We have Man City and Bayern. Those are pretty outrageous matchups, if you ask me. So let's start with Arsenal and Dortmund, and Mr. Vinicius over there. He's wearing a Milan jersey, which is kind of backwards for his Arsenal relations. But let's go, Arsenal, Dortmund. What's it going to be?
First of all, this jersey was free. That's why I'm wearing it. And I think it's going to be like a 1-1 draw. Based on the group, neither of them needs to really win this game against each other. And Arsenal is not in good shape going to this game on Tuesday. I think like their entire back line is injured. And Callum Chambers, who's like...
They have a back line, huh? I didn't know that.
Kind of. It's like back line. Chambers had got like tonsillitis today, so he's like 50-50. I think they're down to starting like Hector Bellerin at left back tomorrow, which could be really, really bad. I don't know. I think they're just going to park the bus and hope for a draw.
All right. Shawnee B, Arsenal, Dortmund, the yellow and black. Take it.
Well, I mean, I'm a Dortmund fan after I'm a Liverpool fan, and I think they can do some great things. They've obviously had some great nights, European nights at that club in recent memory. With Arsenal with a banged-up back line, I think it's going to be hard to sit back and try to absorb pressure, especially such a quick and attacking oriented team such as Borussia Dortmund. So I think they play very well, and I think Shinji Kagawa has himself another game.
What was his final score?
Oh, final score, I'd say 2-1.
2-1. Got it. Steve, hook us up.
Since there will be no defense played. What is that? Oh boy. Sorry guys, I have a group behind me showing they but I believe that it's gonna be high goal scoring game because let's face it, they have two potent offenses that are very fast, very creative. I see Alexis Sanchez ripping a few from far out and finally getting his net and getting his time to shine again, but with a different squad in Champions League. But I also see Kagawa just wreaking havoc on teams that he hates on in the Premier League. So I see another 2 goals from him as well. After that, Mesut Ozil, I think we'll also put another one in the back of the net for.
Okay, what's your final score?
4-3. Arsenal.
4-3. So you're really predicting no defense at all.
No defense.
All right. Well,
Borussia Dortmund's back line is not completely injured, right?
What's that?
So
Dortmund's back line is not suffering from the injury bug.
Steve, we're gonna give you some points, Steve. We're gonna hook you up. You know why? Because of what everyone else said, you're gonna get the points. Kevin says Arsenal's defense is dead. Hey, that's 4 goals. That's 4 goals for Dortmund. Sean, what did you say? Dortmund's back line is broken.
It's 4-3. I'll buy you shirt.
What will you do? Because this is on film and this is forever.
So it's not like if what you say, Borussia Dortmund wins 4-3.
Yes.
If that happens, I'll buy him a surge.
All right. Well, how about 6 surges and we all drink them together on the next hangout?
Okay. I'll Irish them up for us too.
Perfect. Hey, that's all I wanted. Perfect.
I want to be able to read tomorrow.
All right. So Steve's on 3. Sean's on 2. Kevin's on 2. We got 2 topics to go. Let's go. Next one here. Well, let's keep going. Man City, Bayern. Just quick. This is a quick lightning round. Score. Who scores? That's it. Ready? Man City, Bayern. Sean, go. Boom.
Man City, they've never played well in Europe, and I don't think they start this season despite their talent. I think Bayern Munich wins 1-0 behind a goal from Robert Lewandowski.
All right. Nez.
I'm just looking up where the game is. Do we know where this game is? So I don't have to look it up.
Lightning round. Lightning round. Lightning round. No time for Google. This is the Google round.
Steve, go. Steve, go.
Man City's going to lose 2-1. Ian Checo's going to score a goal, just like Julian Green's going to have a pair for Bayern Munich.
Julian,
Yeah.
Julian Green's on Hamburg.
Julian Green?
Julian Green's no longer on Bayern Munich.
Steve,
What?
you're disqualified. Steve, you're disqualified
He's
from that
on
round.
loan, bro.
Kevin, let's go.
All right,
he's
so
on loan.
I looked it up.
Shoot.
The game is in Munich. Therefore, Bayern's going to win like 3-1, I think.
3-1 Bayern.
They're not losing at
All
home
right.
to Man City.
So Sean gets the points. This is obvious. Kevin had to look it up. Steve, player's not even there right now.
It doesn't matter. They're going to come onto the field and say, this is what you guys left me for.
Pep Guardiola has such confidence. He brings him back from his loan to play against Man City in Munich.
That was part of the loan deal. He comes back for Champions League games, and that's it. So, who knows?
Whatever Steve wants.
All right, so back to some domestic soccer here. You guys know, but the MLS, a little bit different season than everywhere else. The playoffs are almost upon us. Do the Red Bulls find their way in the playoffs? And are the Revs the streakiest team in history? If you didn't know, they won 7 in a row, lost 6 in a row, and now they're on another 6-game win streak. Just give me quick thoughts. You have 23 seconds total. Go. Steve.
I was at the Rev game this weekend. They won 2-0. Mr. Jermaine Jones patrolling the midfield. Diego Fagundez comes on as a sub just to wreak havoc after they're already up 2-0. Granted, they play against Montreal Impact, which aren't that talented, or at least they just don't have that much going for them right now. But I just think they're very solid all around, especially with Jermaine Jones, like I said, in the midfield with wreaking havoc.
Okay. Are the Rebels going to get in?
No.
No. Okay. Sean.
I think the Red Bulls do get in. Brad helps lighten up. He's probably not going to be there next season. There's a lot of European teams looking at him, but I think the fifth and final spot will not be the Columbus Crew. It will be the Philadelphia Union, who haven't lost 10 of their last 11 since getting their interim manager to replace John Hackenberg. So I think the Union is the most dangerous team, and we'll see tomorrow on Tuesday when they upset the Seattle Sounders.
All right. And Kevino.
I think the Red Bulls get in. I don't know anything about the Revs because I think if you're outside like a 100-mile radius of Boston, nobody knows about the Revs. I mean, I think it's just how it goes.
Within 100 miles of Boston, you don't know about the Revs.
Yeah, it's true. Red Bulls get in. Red Bulls are good. Henri's on their team. I mean, why not?
You guys. Kev, you're getting the points. I love it, and you're right. The Revs need some love.
Henry's getting old. Time's done.
You say Henry?
Yeah.
Dude, have you seen his goals this year? Hold on. Have you seen his goals this year?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
He's the Andre Pirlo of strikers.
He really is, which is a weird thing because it's not even possible to be that good.
Yeah, he moves less and less, but still keeps scoring.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. He is a different level of human. It's crazy. So that's 3-3-3. I would go for 2 more rounds, but we're just going to go for 1 because we got to end this somehow. Let's see. What could we go with? I don't know. What do you guys think? What do we got?
Oh, Atletico Madrid beating Cristiano Ronaldo rumors. Everyone loves Cristiano Ronaldo rumors. You think
Everyone loves him.
he goes
Let's put a shirtless picture of him on.
Hey,
All right,
get
let's
us
do this. Let's
like
do this.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
January transfer window. Who's the biggest move? Go. Sean.
Biggest move? I'd rather do summer. I think every winter transfer window turns out to be kind of just a boomer bust, or they spend way too much money on a player like Juan Mata, and it turns out to be not really what always built up to be. So I think that's a tough call for me.
Okay. So no one. No
Summer
one.
though, Cristiano Ronaldo not going to Manchester United.
Kevin.
I think somebody from Man U leaves. I don't know who yet, but somebody's not going to fit in there, and somebody's going to leave, and they'll probably go to their Premier League team.
Okay. And Steve.
I'm going to take the Man U train. However, they're going to try and persuade Roma to sell their one Kevin Strootman as he comes back from injury the next 2 weeks, and force Juan Mata out. And I got a team probably like West Ham United might pick him up, looking for a playmaker next to Stuart Downing in the midfield.
Okay. After further review, because this person actually used a real name during their answer, they're going to win. Steve, take it and run! Champion! Congratulations. You're the winner of Golden Goal number 8.
I think you also owe me a point, just to rub it in, from predicting the Manny Benatia signing.
Loses a point for the Julian Green comment, and it's still tied.
Well, okay, let's do this. We take a point back because of the Julian Green comment, but he did get one donated to him because of his transfer prediction, so he still wins by 1.
Oh.
Congratulations on being a little bit slow, but ahead of the game at the same time. Don't know how it's possible, but well done. All
I
right.
just like to give everyone their dignity back sometimes.
Well, all right. We appreciate that. I think let's go. Give us your minute of glory. I know you got something Italian to say. Let's go.
I have nothing Italian to say. I have something American to say. Heath Pierce. I met him this weekend. He's one of the nicest guys I've ever met. He plays for Montreal Impact. He helped the Red Bulls win the Community Shield last year, and I hope Montreal Impact give him another shot if he comes back from his injury this week. He proved to be very good in midfield.
Okay, that was 21 seconds. You still have more time. You have anything else?
Yeah. I guess Roma's going to upset CSKA Moscow and then take down Man City, coming second in their pool. So there's your Italian dish for the day.
Okay. And then, last question of the day. Who wins the Champions League? Go. 1 word, 2 words only. The team name. Kevin.
Bayern Munich.
Sean.
With hyphens, Miracle in Istanbul, Liverpool.
You said 2 words.
That was probably 7
Had
or 8.
hyphens.
Minus 5 for the next 2.
Hyphens.
Oh, hyphens. Okay. Steve.
AS Roma.
Okay, that's just absurd. That's just crazy. Okay. All right, Steve. Well, you obviously went over your minute of glory time with that last Roma comment. But obviously, we appreciate all you guys being here. Hope you had a good time. I had a great time with you tonight. Hope all of our viewers enjoyed the fun. And that's it. Golden Goal number 8. Check the jersey over there. Yeah, number 8. Big time. Okay. That's it. Golden Goal number 8. Until next time, I'm Justin Kale. Here with
Cheeky ploy right there.
Sean Bovo, Kevin Venezia, and Steve Antonucci, the Italian Stallion. Woo! Liverpool until the end. Good night, everyone.
Take it easy.